Danger. The emergency destruct system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes.
Hello everyone and welcome back to In Out Delete, the show where we review both new and older movies. My name is Gino.
Robert.
Ricardo.
And America.
And we are coming to you live from my editing bay. If you're new to the show, we use the rating system of In Out Delete.
In if you liked it, you loved it, and would recommend it to your best friend and tell them, hey, go watch it in the theater on the big screen. Out if you did not like it and would not recommend it, would tell your best friend, hey, maybe wait for it on Redbox or something. And delete if you thought it was the worst movie ever made and you want to burn the Redbox down so nobody would ever lay eyes on it again.
So this week we watched Spider-Man Far From Home and my pick, which was Killing Gunther, for us to watch. So let's get this over with. Let's do it.
You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider-Man. This is Mr. Beck.
We could have used someone like you on my world.
Your world? Beck is from Earth, just not ours. The snap tore a hole in our dimension.
You're saying there's a multiverse?
We have a job to do, and you're coming with us.
There's gotta be someone else you can use. What about Thor?
Off-world.
Captain Marvel? Unavailable. But I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Far From Home. Following the events of Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man must step up to take on new threats in a world that has changed forever.
Oh, who wants to go first?
So,
I can start it.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm in. This movie's dope. I had fun with it. I felt like it was better than the first, and all the characters. The only thing that bothered me was Mary Jane, and that's it. And it wasn't perfect, but overall I had a good time, and I would recommend it to other people. So yeah, I'm in.
fuck you. Better than the first?
Yeah.
I'm offended. I'm
But
really
you mean
offended.
better than Homecoming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like Toby.
Okay. I was like, we need to burn this man. Like, for reals. We're breaking up. I'm in. I'm in. This was a good movie. It entertained me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it?
That's it.
That's it for now.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm in, man. I love this movie so much. This is a good sequel. Like, they did a really amazing job in this one.
Yeah, dude.
And then I disagree, but we'll talk about it later. But with the MJ, Zendaya did a good job as MJ in this one. How about you, Robert?
I am in. I love it. No, I love this movie. It was really great. It was really entertaining. Maybe probably like the best time I've had at the theater all summer. Maybe.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love the kind of teen comedy that it starts off as, and I was like, for a second, I was like, you know what? If it just stays like this, I'm cool, and let's stay as this movie. Forget the monsters.
Monster and everything.
But the other side of it, the Spider-Man side, was really great too. I loved everything. It was super exciting and super emotional too. And I loved all the characters, all the performances. Everything about it was great, and I don't really have anything negative to say. Anything negative, I think, would be nitpicking.
You know where I'm going.
Hey, that's cool because you didn't like the first one, right?
No, I didn't. I wasn't
That's
a fan
right.
of Homecoming. It's not that I didn't like it. I just thought it was kind of underwhelming because Tom Holland had made his debut in Civil War, right?
Yeah.
And I loved them in that, and so I was looking forward to Homecoming. And when I saw it, it was just kind of like, whatever. It's not really. I didn't think it was anything great. I love Tobey Maguire's Spider-Mans, so it didn't. I was like, no, you'll never be Tobey. You know?
Oh shit!
And this one kind of lived up to Toby levels.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, I think it's better than like
Whoa,
Spider-Man 3.
That dance sequence, that's the best. No, I do think he is, like, to me, there's only Toby and Tom Holland. Like, that's it. There's no
You
who's
could delete
it.
the other
Yeah,
ones.
that's ugly.
Delete.
So I think he's a really good Spider-Man. I do think so. And I agree with the whole teen comedy thing. Like, you did get a lot of that,
for sure.
like, the interaction between all the high school kids. Like, I thought that was really, really great.
Yeah.
And it could go in that direction of just kind
Totally.
of, yeah. So
And
I
it
thought
was
that
so
was
funny, right?
interesting.
Like the friend is hilarious.
To me, every joke landed. There wasn't
Yeah.
one joke that didn't land.
was so
good.
Every joke was.
But
funny.
back to Mary Jane though.
Whoa.
Oh.
All right, so Mary Jane for some reason.
Is her name Mary Jane?
Yeah.
No, it's not Mary
It's
Jane.
just MJ, right?
It's just
Just MJ.
Yeah.
What?
Her name is something else, but
Yeah.
they
So
end up really
she kind
It's
of.
marijuana.
She kind of. I like her now. Huh? No, she Right, I don't know.
What?
She kind of
No,
bugged me a
no.
little
Why?
bit.
She was great.
Yeah, like she's cool in a fake way or something.
But what are you
Like,
talking
they're
about?
trying to make her cool.
No, they're
No.
not. She's like the little nerd. She's nerds with them.
Yeah, she's awkward.
She's awkward,
Like they
yeah.
don't say that they like each other.
I know,
they
I
don't
know.
say
All
anything.
that
it's
is
just
cool.
like
Like,
the
the whole-
interaction between awkward little nerds who like each other.
The whole like liking each other is cool. I like everything about that. It's just like
She's
I
not
don't know.
She's not a good convincing nerd or what?
no, I don't know. She's not.
I'm still
I don't know.
confused.
I
don't know.
disagree. I think her performance is great, and their chemistry is great. Their whole journey through the
No,
movie
that's
is
the
great.
thing.
Like I really bought into the little love triangle they had,
Yeah.
for a while. I didn't want her to end up with that other guy.
I like. Yeah, I like all that, and I like how he likes her and everything.
So what's
I just
wrong,
don't, I
bro?
just don't know why he likes
You don't like her
Don't.
face?
Maybe, or I don't know. Because I
Her
didn't.
face is
Honestly,
cute.
it's
She's
a
beautiful.
Mary Jane thing though. Because I didn't like her in the old Spider-Mans either. The old.
Oh,
Mary.
so you don't like Kirsten?
Nah, I didn't. Like she bugged me too. So maybe it's just like I'm jealous.
Maybe you're jealous because you want to be with
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Right? But no, I don't know why. Like something. It's like like that. The whole love triangle with the other guy and
Dude, their relationship
It's
was
so good, though.
funny. I loved it.
Yeah.
so good.
Also, moving on to Mysterio.
Oh, Mysterio's
Yeah, so
dope.
at first, I didn't know where this was going. I don't read comic books or anything. I just watch the movies. So I had no idea who he was or anything. So when he first appeared, and all his fights were really simple at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
When Spider-Man helps him out, I was like, that was really underwhelming. Like, how? And I was kind of disappointed. I was like, is this how the whole movie's going to be? But then obviously that makes sense because he's Mr. Fake.
Mysterio.
Yeah.
No, man, that I like how they did a little differential from his version of the comics to the movie. They did a really good job on that, actually. I thought that the Elementals was gonna be horrible villains in a way. Like I was just like, really, this is what we're getting? Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like
Me too, dude. That's how I
might as well
felt
bring
too.
might as well bring the band. Freaking.
For sure.
And Mila Jovovich from The Fifth Element.
Oh my god, that was a good one. Mysterio's like really cool. Like I remember from watching the trailers, I was like, I kept questioning, why are you there?
Yeah, me too.
I'm from another
Me too.
world, another universe. I'm like,
right?
This ain't the Spider Universe.
That's how I felt when I was watching it.
this movie did a great job at handling how Mysterio should be in the movie wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved Jake Gyllenhaal's performance.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love that because I like him as an actor already, but he shows up and he's very heroic. He does that part well, and then when you get to like spoilers, the big reveal, he kind of turns into like this kind of goofball nerdy type,
Yes.
and he made that switch really well. So
cool.
Yeah.
I love
So
that
cool.
scene where he's kind of explaining, even though it's kind of ridiculous, like here's my big plot,
It's so
but
funny.
it was such a funny, great scene. I
Yeah.
loved his performance, and,
Yeah,
and I kind of wish he didn't die because I wanted more Mysterio.
Yeah.
I agree. No, you know what? Because they like I said, they did a really good job how Mysterio is.
Yeah.
That's
For sure.
that's what he
Yeah.
is. He's just that guy that fronts that he's his first appearance. He wanted to front as a superhero. He wanted to be better than Spider-Man.
Oh, that's the
basically,
thing?
yeah.
Oh,
That's how it was
shit,
an
I didn't know
animated
that.
series as well.
Because in the cartoon, I remember him being a bad guy. So when I was watching him, and I was like, how the fuck is this gonna work out?
That's why it goes back to me questioning
Yeah.
what's your purpose.
Yeah.
And now this movie reveals what his purpose was.
Yeah, it's so dope.
And so but his purpose is different than the comics. The comics, of course, to shit on Spider-Man. He wanted to shit on specifically to someone else. I don't want to spoil it, but
But dude, and they have this cool scene in the bar. Remember that bar scene?
Yeah.
I
That's
just
so.
mentioned it.
No, but I'm saying like them two talking to each
Yeah.
other. That whole scene is so good.
that scene alone, I was like, I'm not buying this scene.
Really?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could see it coming.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's-
Yeah, by then.
Ah,
yeah.
man, I was all into it. I was like,
When he
yeah,
first
this is great.
it
The
was
movie's
before
gonna end
when
already.
him and Spider-Man were just talking, right? Where he was all sad, and then he tells Mysterio, like, I don't know if I want to be Spider-Man. That's before, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right
That's
after the
before the
initial
big fight,
scene.
yeah.
Yeah, that I really bought. And then in the bar scene, I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of obvious.
And then his little technique where he goes into his mind and stuff.
Oh, that scene was great. I love that scene.
It's so dope, man.
That's another thing I liked about Mysterio's like with fucking with Spider-Man. Like that's how that's who he is. That's not his power. That's his technique. To fuck with you, to make you see or do things that you think you're seeing. And
it's cool too because you see it. That's why I didn't really like the first one like as much as this one. The first one's cool, but you see him become Spider-Man, like really evolve by himself. You know, he doesn't need Iron Man anymore. He's just like him.
Yeah, he grows into that role.
And then it's so cool because he's really young.
Yeah, I love the scene. There's the scene in the bar when he first gives him the glasses with the robot thing, and he looks like Tony Stark. Takes
he does. Yeah,
he echoes Tony Stark, right? And it's Spider-Man looking at him, you know, saying like, "Oh, he's the next Tony," right?
Yeah.
But then at the end, when he's assembling his new Spider-Man suit, right? And Happy looks at him, and he's like, "Oh, now he sees Tony Stark." Right? He grows into that image. I thought that was great. It's a great imagery.
Happy's another good character. Like we didn't get enough Happy. That's how I felt.
I was happy with the amount of Happy.
You know where you get a lot of Happy? There's this movie called The Chef.
Yeah, it was enough, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
And Swingers. Have you seen Swingers?
But with him and Aunt May.
That was funny. All that was hilarious.
Dude, I was like, oh shit, Happy's the new uncle. Tío Happy.
It's so cool.
He's gonna get shot.
He's like, tell me something only I know. Only you would know. And he's like, remember that time when we were on vacation and you ordered some movies and I knew what kind of movies they were because of the price. He's like, stop.
Okay, it's you.
And then you don't even know if you know Mysterio's dead, but he's kind of still alive because they downloaded the program, so they could still bring him out later on. Well, and I thought the screenplay really worked all the way throughout because, like, when the first like water monsters start coming out, you kind of question like, hey, they're kind of taking this whole end of the world thing very casually. You know? Like they're like, we're still on vacation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's because it was all an illusion that you realize, and that's why they didn't call the other Avengers, right? It's like you wonder, like, well, this is the fucking end of the world. Like, let's call somebody else or the other superheroes. You know, there's no reason not to. But it all makes sense by the end. And even like the post-credit scenes, even more spoilers on that.
Dude, okay, what? The post-credit scene.
Wait, did you watch Captain Marvel?
Oh no.
That's why you don't understand.
Oh, okay.
Okay, since we're always doing spoilers, there's another one that I loved that made me feel so good. Is the return of J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah fucking Jameson. I fucking loved it. He played J. Jonah Jameson in the first 3 Spider-Man movies.
The newspaper guy.
Oh,
the guy who runs the tabloid.
That's
they brought
his name?
him back. Yeah.
When does he come out?
I'm dead inside.
Maybe if you
in
had
the
watched
mid-credit
the
scene.
movie.
Mid-credits.
You know Marvel movies don't end at the end, right?
Either way, J. Jonah Jameson comes out and like
his
goes, Spider-Man is a real man. I'm just like,
talking shit up on Spider-Man too, like
dude. And he turns him. It's a huge reveal because he makes it look like he killed Mysterio and he was behind the whole drone attack.
He did a little editing.
because they did the whole.
He did a little editing with
the
whole. the
tricking people. What is that shit called? What he did to Spider-Man.
The projection.
He made up.
So he basically blamed it on Spider-Man, and he revealed Spider-Man's name. So now everybody hates Spider-Man, and they know who Spider-Man is. Yeah.
Damn. So what's gonna happen in the third one?
Yeah, that's why we don't know. That's
why the fuck would they do that at the end?
Because it's a way to get you to watch it.
Why can't they end the movie like this instead of?
Bro, we're 25 movies in. You're just figuring this out,
God. Dude. I tell him every single time we go to a Marvel movie, every single time, and he's still out the door already.
Bro, you need to stop. So after the reveal, I like how it ends, like how the Homecoming ended. When, like, after everyone knows Peter Parker's Spider-Man, he goes, "What the fuck?" And it cuts with the fuck part. Like Mary Jane, Aunt May did in the first Homecoming. When he's like, Peter Parker's wearing the suit and he's all happy. And Aunt May just shows up. She's like, "What the f-?" And it cuts the credits. That show's dope too. I like that.
Also, did you guys, you know how he takes MJ for a little web ride? It looks like in the first one when him and MJ are like swinging through like downtown, and it's just like this fake ass Spider-Man. It kind of looks like that.
So, all right, guys. So we're all in.
We're
all in. Yes, everybody watch it.
One of the best movies of this year.
Yes.
All right.
Moving on to the next.
Gunther may be the most feared hitman working in the industry today. You want to be king, you have to kill the king.
Everyone knows who he is.
Gunther.
Gunther's.
Where is Gunther? I'm right here.
Killing Gunther. A group of eccentric assassins are fed up with Gunther, the world's greatest hitman, and decide to kill him. But their plan turns into a series of bungled encounters as Gunther seems to always be one step ahead of them.
Why'd you pick this movie, Gino?
I picked this movie because it was recommended by a close friend of mine. Hi, Mikey, if you're listening to the episode. And
Hi, Mikey.
Hi, Mikey.
Hello.
and he really wanted me to watch it, and I'll explain why in a bit. But yeah, I saw the trailer. I go, okay, this could be interesting. I'm down to watch it. So
Wait, since we don't know, then are you in or out? Or
I am deleting.
Whoa.
Really?
I am deleting this one.
Damn, you're gonna rip your friend apart.
Okay, now why?
I'm deleting it because I thought he made it sound like it was funny as hell. Especially the trailer made it seem like it was funny.
Mm.
But I feel like most of the good parts was in the trailer alone, and the direction was not that great. Like I feel like I was watching an episode of The Office, a long ass episode of a not great episode of The Office, and
Not great episode.
and I like how they really use Arnold for the marketing reason.
Of course.
Because so that
Worked for me.
That bothered me a lot more than the talent that they already have. They couldn't just try and make a decent marketing with them, you know. Like, but basically the main guy, Taram something, I forgot his name. The guy who wrote directed, he was an SNL guy, and then of course like they had a chick from the New Girl, you know, the Indian girl, attractive girl,
Hannah Simone.
Thank you, Hannah Simone. Some other guy that's also an SNL.
Bobby Moynihan, the chubby guy.
Yeah, the chubby guy. Like, he's funny. He's talented.
He's funny.
You know, and yeah, man, the storyline was just bland. Like, I wanted to like it because I'm like, oh, I like mockumentaries, but it's like it was written for like a guy for like a kid who had a film as an elective and just said fuck him right there. just because
like
I want
a long
grade.
skit.
Yeah, it was just a long, boring skit with the jokes wasn't making me laugh. You know what made me laugh? Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's the only one that made me laugh because fuck, it's Arnold. But other than that, everyone's like whatever's to me. And then also I like how he brought his girlfriend, the girl that came out in Homecoming, and all this other.
Oh, Robin.
Oh,
yeah,
Kobe
yeah,
Smulders. She was in that
too,
movie too, and that's because that's his wife.
Oh, really?
That's his wife
Oh.
in real life. Yeah, I'm delete. Who else is gonna talk about this?
I guess I could go. I'm out. I'm not deleting.
I'm deleting.
Yeah. I had no expectations for this movie. I didn't really care. I only watched it because you made us watch it. It wasn't. I thought
It's all your fault,
yeah.
Mikey.
It has a decent first act. I thought it was very promising. Like, I was like, oh, this might be pretty good. And then in the second act, it just kind of gets kind of mediocre, and then the third act is just really god awful. But I wasn't bored though. I didn't hate my time watching it. The biggest crime it has is that it's full of all these comedians, and it's not funny, like, at all. None of the jokes land. Like, I could see that they're trying to be funny, but you expect way more out of people who are on Saturday Night Live, written and directed, right? This might have worked better as like a straight, not documentary style. It's like an action comedy, right?
Yeah.
It's not funny. But maybe budgetary reasons, I don't know. It's a decent effort to try to make something different, but it just doesn't work. I'm sure everybody worked for free and they had their hearts in it. And they get a medal for that. Everybody gets a medal day. But I'm out, not deleting. I didn't hate my time watching it. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hated
I
my
don't hate
time
you, Mikey.
up until the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. Next.
So I thought it was kind of funny. Yeah, like through the whole thing, I wasn't bored. I thought that whole documentary thing made it funnier, because if it
Really?
wasn't for that, it wouldn't be that funny at all. Like, I think that made it funny.
So you in or out?
Oh, wait. And I thought Arnold was like the best part. I thought he was hilarious and everything. But yeah, I'm out. I can't delete it because I did have like a good time,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to do that time anymore. So it's like, okay, like it wasn't horrible. You know, I was
Yeah.
actually close to being in.
I was, the
you
first
know?
half I was like,
Yeah.
hey, I might be. This is
Yeah.
not funny, but I might be. I like the story enough just to kind of be
Yeah.
in, but no.
And then it started getting cheesy
It
too.
just falls apart.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
it got so cheesy at the end.
It's like they
those
wrote half a
paper straws.
screenplay.
Yeah.
Like you think it's a good idea because you're saving the turtles,
it's
but
like
then
they ran
halfway
out of
through your
ideas.
smoothie, it's
They ran out of
soggy.
ideas when they were writing, and they were like,
That's a good one.
It's
Said paper
it's
straw.
It's like, hey, this is a really cool idea, and then halfway through, it's just like, well, maybe it wasn't, but let's finish it.
dude, they were trying to finish it in a rush because that ending was
Yeah, it was
terrible.
terrible.
But I can't delete it. I'm gonna be nice
Yeah.
on this one.
I'm also nice. Satan.
Satan.
Satan had a good time. No, I'm out. Like I
Yeah.
thought it was funny. You know, I do think that it would have worked better if it weren't a mockumentary, if it
Yeah.
were just a movie. In some parts, the mockumentary did seem to make sense.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it really kind of seemed unnecessary. And no, but I thought it was funny. Yeah, the jokes were like, and I think it was more based on like the physical comedy of like all this stuff is blowing up around them,
Yeah.
and they're like everyone's like clumsy or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're all like kind of half-assed assassins, which I guess is what it is. Like he had his team, but they were all unavailable, so he goes and gets kind of the rejects. But I thought it was funny. I didn't hate it, but it was missing like a lot. It could have been a lot funnier, like just in their interactions and stuff. But yeah.
So I had a feeling that Arnold wasn't going to come out to the end. So I kind of accepted that, and it's frustrating because it's like if you have Michael Jordan on your team and you put him on the bench, you know. And then when you put him in, here's the thing: they didn't use him right. I know you guys think it was funny, but it was not funny at all. When he came out, and here's the thing that people don't understand, or maybe they do understand, they just don't know how to use him. Arnold Schwarzenegger can't act.
No.
He can't act, right?
Yeah.
Like we know that. And the reason why he was so successful in the 80s is because the people making the movies knew that. So they surrounded him with actors, right? And they just say, okay, just shoot the guns and do your little one-liner, right? And that's why it was so successful. When you have him try to like joke around and make these jokes that A, aren't funny to begin with, and B, are even less funny because he's trying to be funny and it's not funny, it all kind of cancels each other out. And it's just horrible. That whole part of the movie was so incredibly disappointing.
I actually thought it was funny that I didn't look into the movie. I didn't see a trailer. I didn't read about it or anything. So I didn't know that it was going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I thought it was kind of funny when he came out. I was like, oh shit, it's that guy, you know?
Yeah.
So I do think that they kind of did build him as like a legend or whatever, right? Which did end up falling flat because he wasn't that great. I do think his performance was funny though, but kind of for the same reason that he can't act.
Yeah.
And he's over here trying to be like, well, like scheming and kind of like,
Yeah.
you know what they wouldn't like? They wouldn't like it if I just like,
I thought-
whatever.
I
I think his
funny.
performance was so stiff and so boring that it's funny to see him try.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what they're trying to do, but it just there are ways to use Arnold that we've seen before that
Well,
are magical, right?
Have you seen Batman and Robin? Like, I feel like that was the same style of joking he was trying to do. The little one-liners, puns.
Yeah.
Puns?
And that was
No.
terrible, right?
That's why. What you expect?
That's what I'm saying is that
What you expect, Robert? What do you expect, Robert?
But you expect,
Chill.
Everybody chill.
But you expect these filmmakers making something that's kind of they're not trying to make a regular movie, right?
No.
It's not a regular character. It's kind of a parody, right?
Yeah.
So you would kind of expect them to know they're obviously funny people, so they're very intelligent, right? So they should know how to use them better.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Right?
that's true.
And the whole last part of the movie was such a disaster, and even him coming in, which I was looking forward to, was even more of a disaster.
It made it worse.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but I don't know. I still found him funny. And
His
then
little
I'm telling
glasses?
you, yeah, and then like that he had his own documentary too. That's
documentary team, yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
I guess.
I'm telling you, I think I'm like if it wasn't for the documentary thing, it wouldn't be funny. Like,
But there are times where you question the motivations of the character, the main character. Like, is he really doing all of this for his ex-girlfriend, or was it? I don't know.
Ex-wife or something like that.
His ex-wife, and you don't buy that
No, he was-
relationship. And you don't buy why is she really with?
I
Arnold
know.
Schwarzenegger? You don't buy any of it.
Or with
I
that
think
guy.
he was
Like, why would
actually he was
be
just
with
doing
him?
it to be I think he's like this little egotistical, like little ugly thing.
It-
That's why he was doing it.
It's kind of cool.
It wasn't
though.
really about the wife,
It's
girlfriend,
I
whatever.
think it was for that. It was for that.
It's kind of cool how they build up Arnold because like he's like this ultimate guy, because he is like he's like a legend for real. So it's kind of fun that
they
did
are
that.
playing off that. It's
Yeah, but
it's a somewhat decent idea, I think, that just wasn't realized all the way through.
or
maybe they just
needed
thought like, hey, maybe this was an SNL skit that lasts like a minute, 30 seconds, and not a whole movie.
it could have been though if you really think about it.
Yeah, that might have worked.
I would have probably enjoyed it. It was just like
it would've
5-minute skit.
so
but-
funny with just Arnold like at the end too. But
That's
I
all
don't
he
know if
says.
these guys are
That's what
like
he says.
actually that funny. Are they funny?
They're funny.
They're
in,
funny in
like,
SNL.
in their own way. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like they
But
weren't
in
funny.
this,
Yeah.
Hey, here's a good thing though. When he reveals that he has his own documentary, and then there's a shootout between Arnold and whatever the main character's name is, and then the camera guys start getting shot. The camera angles are cool because the camera guys go down, right? But you still get those angles.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they're like weird angles, and then you see the fight, and whenever someone
that's
falls,
right.
they fall in front of the camera that's
yeah.
like sideways or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
So.
That was kind of.
But
cool,
yeah, that
too.
is very like college kid, like writing or something, you know, like
They ran
yeah.
out of ideas by the end. Like it was just like, let's rush. This
But I mean,
shit.
it's one of like
Arnold
I don't know
said by
if
this
you're
time, so
if it's
fuck
like
it.
super late, like you just partied or something, and you're not sleepy, you turn on the TV, like you might leave it on, and it's just like,
Yeah,
you giggle at
holds
it, you
your
know?
attention. And I think, like if you're kind of in the mood for something kind of different, like a sort of different action comedy, I don't think you'll regret watching it. I didn't regret watching it.
Yeah, it's like a palate cleanser.
You know what?
But
This
in
movie
kind of a
is?
shitty way.
You know what this movie is? It's the ultimate Jack in the Box taco movie. This is the exact movie you watch when you order when you're kind of drunk and you ordered 18 of them. Oh my god! And Ricardo knows what I'm talking about. So I would recommend it in that sense because I honestly didn't hate it, and for a good part of the movie, I liked it. And I was
in that sense.
Yeah, and then
sense.
there's like violence that's pretty funny, right? When they shoot.
Dude, they
some of
shoot
the-
a snake.
A clearly digital snake.
Yeah.
They hired some
And I thought you would talk
Craigslist
shit
to do
about the snake.
the special effects.
No previous VFX experience
After
needed.
Effects.
Those snakes were harmed in the scene.
Yeah.
Like
Even the blood or the blood explosions were
Yeah.
so bad.
either way, if they make a sequel to this, might as well just hire fucking Sylvester Stallone and
That's
be the
not gonna
uncle.
happen.
Yeah.
Be the uncle of that guy. Like, yo, I'm here to kill you, dude.
That's what.
Gunther!
This movie didn't go to theaters, right? Did it?
I think it might
No,
have.
it was. I think it was straight to DVD type of thing, or straight to streaming.
No, I think it did.
Did it?
Because I follow the Hannah Simone girl on Instagram, and I remember her posting about it.
Oh wait,
Yeah, it was a very limited release, but it was a release.
very limited, like 2
Yeah.
theaters.
The only thing
Yeah.
too that
Maybe
sucks-
I'm into, or kind of, I didn't hate it because I enjoyed looking at her.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't blame you. She's gorgeous as hell.
And Bobby Moynihan gets with her, so it kind of gave you hope. It's like,
Hey, man,
very
that's
false
true.
hope, but like type hope.
And the dad. Okay, I'll do admit that.
Yeah,
the
okay,
scene.
that's the one funny bit.
That's the one
when
funny
he's
bit.
Chasing,
The dad's chasing him.
Oh yeah, through the whole thing.
with
Yeah.
the knife.
that-
I think the movie did have one decent action set piece, like when they're first in that building trying to get him, like when they set up the fake hit.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And
Okay.
they first, that scene was pretty good. That's
No,
when I was in. I was
I'll
like,
admit,
yeah, I was in.
I'm a fan of handheld shots. I'll admit that was a pretty fun handheld.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't think this movie's bad. It's not horrible. It's
Yeah.
a decent recommendation because it's something kind of different and it's
guess.
free.
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Okay, sorry, fine. You guys changed my mind. I'm out. Like,
No, I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah, you're out.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm doing this. I was hoping someone would respond to that. Robert just like, no.
But
You stay in your delete box. All right, so there we have 3 outs and one
delete. I'm
Okay.
not doing this. I'm getting to the
You
chopper. And he
terminated
literally
it.
got to the chopper. I just remembered that right now.
But mine is a soft out. It's
Is it
not-
soft
yeah,
out?
Not hard
Yeah,
out.
mine
it,
too.
I
You
fe- I
son
feel
of
the
a
same.
bitch.
But just like Robert once said, in by an inch or a mile. Or out
In
by-
Doesn't
In
matter.
his-
Out is out.
Sorry.
All right, so what are we watching next week?
We're watching Stuber.
Can't
Stuber.
with Batista.
With Dave Bautista and that one comedian. Don't
The
know
guy
his name.
from Silicon Valley. He's really funny.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
And-
That
And
should
America's
be
Pig.
fun. Aventurera. Woo!
What is it?
It's an old Mexican movie.
Okay.
It's about a girl who
Is it Aventurera?
basically
What is that? What is that?
she's a dancer at a nightclub. It's really good.
What do you guys predict for Stuber?
I
I
think
think it's gonna be super funny.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a good time. I might be in. Like I said, that Kunal guy, he's hilarious, and Dave Bautista we've seen in Guardians of the Galaxy is really funny. So it might be like a generic action comedy, but maybe good hour and a half wasted.
I know. I feel like I'm gonna be into. Hopefully, I'm like I'm hoping it's funny.
I'm gonna feel like out.
Oh really? Damn, this is
Grumpy today.
No, I'm not grumpy.
It's because of fucking Gunther.
Fucking Gunther, man. No, I just, you know what, man? I haven't seen any new scenes from the trailer.
Oh, that's right.
It's always been the same trailer.
You're right.
And it's like, to me, I'm starting to feel like
that's the only funny.
That's the only funny part.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
shit.
gonna be one of those trailers where none of that happens in the movie.
Oh my god, I'll be so upset. But I mean, I hope it's fucking good.
Hey, it's rated R?
I'm not a
Rated R?
trailer
Oh,
watcher,
no.
so I don't mind that
Wait,
there's only
check,
one
can you
trailer.
see? If it's rated R, then like I'm pretty sure it'll be funny. Because if it's PG-13, then that's all they're gonna have. Okay.
Rated R.
Rated R. Oh.
Rotten Tomatoes, 47%.
Awesome. That sounds like my
IMDb,
kind
6
of
out of 10. Screen Rant, 2.5
yeah.
out of 5.
I'm gonna love this.
Let's hope it's good.
It might just be another Killing Gunther, in which
Yeah.
case we won't
I
have
feel
a
like
terrible
Batista's
time.
gonna
So,
be funny. I don't know about the other guy.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think
sneak in
it'll
some
be.
Jack in the Box tacos.
Thank you guys for listening. Have a good night.
Bye.